Happy Friday, boys and girls. Okay, today's math lesson is 14-4, and we are working with some shapes. So, in your packet, you guys should have gotten a bag like this that is filled with shapes. I've already dumped mine out for you, okay? So go ahead, get that bag, and get some pencils or crayons or color pencils to work with, okay? If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that now. All right. After the lesson's over, I would like you to go and explore this some more, okay, on your own or with your parents, okay? And here what you're doing is making a parallelogram, and you can see like, oh, if I make one trapezoid, how many rhombuses would I need to fill it in, or how many triangles would I need to fill it in, okay? All right, so you can do this front page with your parents a little bit later if you like for fun. All right, so we're looking now at this page here, all right? It says complete the chart. All right, ways to make the large triangle. Okay, so we're going to use our shapes. You are going to use the shapes that you have on your desk. Hopefully you've dumped them out on a nice workspace for yourself. And you are going to manipulate the shapes and move them around so that way you can make a triangle. For example, one way to do this is to use your rhombus and your triangles. So that's what I would like you to get out right now. Get out your rhombuses, which is the blue one, and get out your triangles, which are the green ones. Okay? And then put the other shapes to the side. All right, now that you have that, let's see. All right, so I'm going to be flipping to this way first, okay? Because I cannot take my shapes up on the board to manipulate them for you, but I can put them on the Smart Notebook here so I can show you. So I want to make a big triangle, okay? So how to do that? So first I'm going to go ahead and grab my blue rhombus. I'd like you to do that as well. Go ahead and put your blue rhombus out on your workspace for me, okay? Now, boys and girls, as you can see up here on mine, I've got a little bit of extra space here. It's because when I'm drawing it with the blue note or with the notebook pen, it doesn't give me accurate sizing and shapes for all the shapes, okay? But you will have it just fine. So you are, right now, have out your blue rhombus like this, okay? Put that flat on your desk, okay? Next, we need to make the tip of the triangle. So we're going to take our green triangle and put it right on top of the rhombus. That one just a little smaller there, okay? And again, you can see mine's just a little bit off. So right now on yours, I have my rhombus and I have my green triangle right on top. So your desk should look something like this so far. Okay? Then I need to make the other point of my triangle. So I'm going to take another smaller triangle and add it to mine. Okay? So again, mine are a little bit off. But if I was to take this shape away, you can see here I've made a triangle. Using what three shapes? All right, so I used a small green triangle. I've also used my blue rhombus. And I've used another green triangle. Okay, so on your desk, it should look something, I'm getting my pieces for you, like this. Now that's hard to see because in the classroom you guys would all be coming around and looking at what we've made. So it should look something like this. Please make yours look like this too. All right. Okay? So I'm going to flip back to our paper. So what did we use? We used, way number 2, 1 rhombus. And then if you remember, we had 2 green triangles.
Lunch has arrived.
It's time for lunch for us over here, okay? If it's your lunch, go ahead and pause and then come back. If not, keep joining in. All right? So anyways, what I would like you guys to do right now is to do their way, way 1. See if you can use 4 of your green triangles. So I'm going to grab 4 of my green triangles right here and see if you can make a larger triangle. Okay? We are not using any rhombuses. I just want you to make 4 green triangles into 1 larger triangle on your desk. Go. Okay? Pause the video so that way you can manipulate these into 1 larger triangle. All right, good job. So let's take a look at the second page. All right, same thing here. It says complete the chart to show a list of ways you can make a hexagon. Use the pattern blocks to help. All right, so right now I want you to go in your shapes and get out the hexagon. The hexagon is the yellow shape. We should remember from the last line, or the last lesson, I'm sorry, hexagon with the X is like the number 6 with the X, so it has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your hexagon. Okay? You need this shape out. I also want you to get out your red trapezoids. I need you to get out your blue rhombuses. And I need you to get out your triangles. Okay? Put all of your other shapes off to the side. We are not using them right now. All right, I'm going to flip over to my next one here. This is my trapezoid. I'm sorry, my hexagon. This is my hexagon, okay? And I am going to use some trapezoids. You have 2 red trapezoids in your packet. I want you to get those right now. See if you can manipulate them to make a yellow hexagon. Now, in order to do this, I would put the yellow hexagon down on my table, and then I would grab my 2 red trapezoids and lay them on flat on top of my yellow hexagon. Okay? How did you do that? All right, one way, boys and girls, is to take our hexagon and move him on top of my, take your trapezoid and move it on top of your hexagon, like so. So that was one way. And then you will need to take your other trapezoid and move him on top, bottom. On top of the yellow, but it's the bottom piece. Do you guys see that? Very good. So let's flip back to our paper. So how did we make a hexagon? We used, our first way we did it was 2 red trapezoids. Did we use any blue rhombuses? No. Good job. Did we use any green triangles? No, we did not. Good job. All right, this is where you are going to go ahead, pause the video, and I would like you to find way 2 and way 3. Okay? So what you're going to do is put this flat on your desk again, and then you're going to use your shapes to manipulate. So maybe you want to use your trapezoid and put it on top, and then try a rhombus. So, okay, that's not going to work because it's not fitting correctly, but I could maybe move my rhombus. So if I look, I just move my rhombus here, like that. And then I can see that, oh, I could probably fit this green triangle in there. There you go. So if you just did it with me, great. If you did not, pause it and go ahead and make that. Oops, there went one. All right, so this next way two, we just did it, was one, what is this shape called? Trapezoid. One, what is this blue shape called? Rhombus. And we used one, very good, triangle. Nice job. Go ahead and do shape or way 3 using your shapes. You may pause the video. Okay, here we go. Let's look at number 3. Make sure you fill in the way that you used to make that hexagon with your shapes as well. If you are still working on that, pause the video until you're ready. Moving on to 3. Use these half circles to make a full circle. Draw the shape in the space below. Now, unfortunately, we do not have these shapes in our bag. So let's just draw a circle. Okay. How can I make some half-shaped circles like these little quarter shapes? All right, very good. We can go ahead and draw like a T here. So as you can see, this is the half. There's one quarter. Here's another. Here's another. And here's another. All right. So how many of those would we need? 4. Yes, we would need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. All right, number 4. Use 3 pattern blocks to make a new shape. Trace the pattern blocks. What shapes did you use? What shape did you make? All right, I'm going to have you pause the video and use your shapes that you have and make a new shape. All right, once you are finished with that, go ahead and draw it out on here and cutting in there the way the shapes that you made. For example, I'll show you on this one. If we were to make the hexagon, okay, let's say that's my new shape, all right, and I wanted to make it like this. Okay, what shapes did I use? I used my red trapezoid. And I used 1, 2, 3 triangles. Okay? You can create some new shape. Okay? It doesn't have to be a hexagon. It can be whatever shape you would like to make with your shapes. So everybody's will be a little different. So go ahead and pause your video and have fun with it. All right, next page here. All right. 2 of which shape can make a circle? 2 of which shape could make a circle? All right, if we were to draw right down the little line here, we can see that we could make 2 semicircles. Would make a full circle. 2 of which shape can make a hexagon? Now we've already done that once before, okay? So if we were to draw our line going straight across What two shapes do we have there? Very good, we have two trapezoids. There's one, two. Good work. All right, next it says name and draw the shape you will make if you put the orange pattern blocks together with their full sides touching. Explain how you know. Now you do have two orange squares in your packet, so get those out. If I was to place these two orange squares together, what new shape would I make? My two orange squares, if I were to put them together, what new shape would I make? So go ahead and do that on your table right now. Okay. Here are my two orange squares. Okay. If I was to push them together, which you should be doing right now, what new shape did I make? I'm going to trace it out for you. All right, what did we make? You're right, we made a rectangle. We have two sides, top and bottom, are one length that are equal, and then the two sides are a length that are equal. So that is a rectangle. All right, so explain how you know. We made a rectangle because opposite sides are equal length. Now go ahead, pause the video, and write that sentence. All right, welcome back. What do we mean by this? Okay, so we pushed our two rectangles together. Let me get that back up here. And we said opposite sides are the same length, meaning they are equal. So, top, bottom. Those are the opposite sides. They are both long, so they are equal. Side and side are both shorter, and they are equal. So the opposite sides and this opposite side are equal, which makes them a rectangle. All right, let's look at number 8. Nicole wants to make a hexagon. All right, so she wants to make this guy right here. She wants to make a hexagon. She has one rhombus, so get that out. Which other shapes could she use to make this hexagon? So boys and girls, lay the hexagon flat on your table. Put your rhombus somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to put mine here. What other shapes could you use to fill this in to make that hexagon? Go ahead, pause the video and see what you would use. All right, so there could be other ways that you could do this, boys and girls, okay? But we have to look at our choices here. You should have tried using your orange squares to see if that worked. Then you could have tried to put on a trapezoid. Then you should have tried to put on your rhombuses. And then last, your triangles. Which one worked? If you picked D, the 4 triangles, you are correct. You can look at my shape here. I have my rhombus, and I have 4 triangles to make a hexagon. Great job, boys and girls. Now, if we were to turn to the next page, this is the homework and practice page. Go ahead, use your shapes and do this with your parents for fun. And remember at the beginning I said you could explore with your shapes and see all of the different ways that you can make this parallelogram. All right, boys and girls, feel free to play around, draw some pictures with your shapes, okay? One of the things that we usually like to do is that you get to draw something, like maybe you want to draw a flower using all of your shapes. The stem could be a bunch of squares, and then your petals could be all different types of rhombuses or trapezoids. Go ahead and have fun with it. Create something new, and we will see you guys soon. Happy Friday!